recent figures have found a record number of single women who haven't found so-called Mr. Right are choosing to start a family on their own using IVF. It's thought that the number has quadrupled in 10 years, and many of the women in question are over the age of 40. So, obviously, there's lots of different reasons why women would choose to either leave it later. Lots of different reasons, as I say. Some people are saying that there's an element of selfishness, though, to leave it later. Do you think that people underestimate how difficult it is to raise a child on your own?
Yeah, I think sometimes people do, and I think we do. Even if you're, in a couple, you still underestimate the difficulties that you're going to have being a parent. I've got two friends who are in two separate sort of scenarios. One of my friends who was struggling to get pregnant went through the IVF process, and she'd already got a child. It's like, I just really would like one more, and went through the IVF process, which was difficult. It's a very difficult process to go through, and then ended up with twins. So she was like, oh.
Was she single?
No, she was actually, was married. And then another friend of mine who was single and decided that she just wanted children and hadn't met Mr. Right.
Yeah.
And went through the process and got pregnant, but has, called on several occasions saying, I'm really struggling. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I'm like, look, join the boat. We're all in the same boat. Sometimes being, married or having a partner, you still feel like you're a single parent because sometimes a lot of the jobs are down to you. It's all about what you're doing, how you organise everything, and your parenting skills are kind of key. And so sometimes you do feel a little bit like you're on your own.
It's interesting you say there about... I don't think it's necessarily selfishness. I think a lot of women are looking for Mr. Right and they want to kind of have a baby in the scenario of, being in a committed relationship, but it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
And especially in this day and age now where everybody's, like, literally swiping left or right. Is it left or right on Tinder? Whichever one you do, if you like somebody. Swipe right, someone's just said in my... a young person. You read of women on dates going... They come out and find their date is swiping right while they've just got off to the loo. And I think, and then your biological clock, you just think, well, I'm desperate to have a child and I don't have a partner, so... I'm going to go to a clinic. I absolutely would have done that, I think.
I think the thing is, we forget, because life around us has changed so much and we can have it all and we can, and as women, we're much more empowered than we ever were. The thing is, our bodies haven't changed. Biologically, we are still made to have children at a much younger age than many of us are even starting. So it's so easy for it to suddenly have just
You both had your babies in your 40s, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I had Ellie when I was 31 and I was in a relationship, and then that ended, and so I had a period of time as a single mum. But for me, I was spoiled because my mum lived literally in the next road, a bit like you, so you have this fantastic support network. So I never really felt single parenting in the same way that some people might.
Yeah. I mean, because the thing is, when I think back to all the things that I struggled with because I thought I was going to be Earth Mother, I thought I was going to be brilliant. I found it really hard. I was quite rubbish. And the thing was,
you weren't.
I was. No, I really was. I really was. I was one of those mums. Where do I go? What do I do? It's like a shaking jelly wreck, just not knowing what to do. But actually, every time I needed to reach out and ask for questions that I thought I knew was going to know the answer, it was always to my friends or to my sister or to my mum. So I think certainly in those early years, really, that was my support net. I've got a very loving husband, but to be honest, they don't know the answers to those questions.
Well, we don't.
A lot of them.
How would they know?
A lot of them. So I think,
I
think about having a support network. I think you can do it as well as a single parent as you can as...
And we will repeat that for our own children.
Yeah.
So, I've always been quite sort of... With my older daughter, who's now 26, I've always said, right, being in your 20s is for being selfish, and then you mustn't even think about having children till you're in your 30s. And now I'm going, she's 26, and I'm going, I've had a change of heart. I think you should just go for it. She's like, Mum, butt out. Kind of thing. But look, I've been given these statistics here. So women aged 19 to 26 have a 50%, on their most fertile day, have a 50% chance of conceiving. 27 to 34, it goes down to 40%. And 35 to 39, it drops to 30%.
Wow.
So, God,
And the thing is, people see the stories of people that do have babies at a later age and think, oh, well, you all can, and you just can't. So I think a bit like you, Jane, really. I I've changed my way of thinking now. If my girls came to me in their 20s and said they want a baby, years ago I would have thought, oh, no, we'll wait till your 30s. But actually, no, it could start to become
Do you think we're almost
tricky.
coming full cycle again,
Yeah.
or full circle again? Because obviously we're of the generation where, you know, you had a career and you put things off and that sort of thing, and you said the words have it all, we try and have it all, but we're maybe realising actually there is no such thing. So, OK, next time round, go back to how it was before.
So many careers now are based around having a mobile phone or a laptop.
Yeah,
So you don't necessarily have to be sitting in an office from 8 in the morning till 7 at night, you know?
Yeah, I'm still glad that I waited though. I think, I wouldn't have had the career that I had, eternal, I wouldn't have had all of that stuff had I had children at that point. And I think waiting, I'm a bit more grown up, a bit more adult, a bit more settled, a bit more aware. So, like, even raising my children, even though it's difficult, like you're saying, the challenges are difficult, but can I imagine going through that in my 20s?
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't know myself. I didn't know, you know, I wasn't aware enough.
Aren't there?
Statistically, us two, we both had our second children at 42. Statistically, we are literally a miracle, aren't we?
No, you did it.
Naturally at 42, I mean, unheard of.
You're also geriatric parents, aren't you? Isn't that what it's called?
First time.
Yeah.
In so many ways.